Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 0 to 60. Now this episode is on the F15 X5 and we're doing something that I'm quite interested in. It's updating the NBT system. So this being a 2013-14 model car, when new it was supplied with an NBT iDrive system. Basically it's not on at the moment, but it's got that style of knob, so it's like a big version of the CIC knob, and that screen there, that is not a touch screen, and the main unit sits in there in the dashboard. However, the later, I don't know if it's the LCIs or what, but the later models come with a version called NBT Evo. Now that was current, I think, pretty much up until the G-Series cars, and we have one of those units here. Now the big advantage with NBT Evo, and the main reason that we are doing this upgrade today, is NBT Evo actually has Carplay. There are a few other differences with the kits, including like a touchscreen, but you don't necessarily need the touchscreen. We're going to install the NBT Evo main unit with the standard screen, and it's basically just these three components that we need to do it. Now this is a second-hand unit that come from a wrecker. It's come out of an X4, and it was a 2017 model. You do need this little cable here. Now, what that basically does is emulates or bypasses the VIN number check. I guess it's like an anti-theft thing, but these are coded to the VIN number on the vehicle. So normally you can't just swap them between cars. However, this bypasses that, and I'm not exactly sure how it works, but talking to Mark briefly, it looks like it intercepts CAN signals, and it must just look out for the VIN number when it's being sent or received from the unit and block that signal. I don't know. Hopefully it works. It's come from AliExpress, I think that one did. And then lastly, the last piece of the puzzle and what we need to get this installed is a cable for the monitor. So if you are a bit familiar with BMW screen cables, this looks a bit like a CIC cable, but the NBT screens, they do have this extra power cable. Now the NBT Evo, the screens, which are a touch screen, they run at a higher voltage than what this screen is currently set for. So you use this cable here. I can't remember how much it was. I'll try and put links to all this stuff down the bottom, but we use that cable there, and that steps the voltage down from the Evo unit to the non-Evo, and it should make it all work. Now this is going to be a bit of trial and error. From what we've read online, it should be pretty much plug and play. The only thing we're really hoping for is that this unit already has CarPlay, because being a 2017 it may not. But we'll find out once we get it all powered up, and we'll bring you guys along for the ride. You ready, Mark? It's too early for whiskey, mate. Alright, let's get on with it. Alright guys, so basically we're going to work through it. Mark's just getting the unit sort of semi put together. So we need to replace the NBT unit that is in behind this panel. Unfortunately, to get this panel off is a bit of a nightmare. You have to take this shroud off around the cluster, and that gives you access to this corner, and then this whole trim panel will come up. It is all press fitted in. I'd recommend using trim tools if you've got them, but we don't, so we're just going to use our fingers. Once you've got that panel off, you can get to the two bolts on the top of here, and I will film it as we go, and then we've got another panel down the bottom that just pops off. But yeah, let's crack on with it. And I may need to wait until Mark gets back. Oh no, we're good. I'm doing this one-handed. Oh. Sorry. F15 trim's cheap, right?
Yeah, apparently.
Tilts are up. Oh, I can't actually see.
It looks like it should come forward more, huh? Like go forward like pump.
Oh, that's enough force on it. Maybe. There. Oh, they didn't mark it, did it? No, we're good.
Watch this piece when you. Fucking hell! Oh, it's those stupid. Oh, they're not clips. They're like the push fits.
Prongs. Anyway, got it out. Just need a bit of leverage. So just a quick update, we've got the unit just all sort of plugged in and we wanted to try it. Now we've powered it up and we can hear all the audio chimes, but we're not getting a display. Now there's a couple of things that could be going on, but what we're going to try and do first is set the resolution of this to match this screen, because it'll probably come out of a car with a different size screen, and that might be why this is struggling to display what it's trying to put out. So Mark's just opened up ESIS and we'll see if we can get anywhere with that. Obviously, we want to make sure it all works before we put everything back together. Okay, so we've got ESIS up and running, and we've just found the display options. Now, this NBT Evo was set to 8.8 at 1280 by 480 resolution.
Which would have been the X4.
X4. What are you going to change it to? 10.25?
Yeah, either the 1280 by 480 or the 1440 by 540. Now, I don't... It's
going to be 1280, isn't it? It's not. This isn't going to be a higher res than an NBT Evo.
It must be 1280, I reckon. So that's that one, and then the other one we have to change is something in. Let's see if there's any more of those options.
So the other thing we think we've got to change is this display variant, and which it needs to be.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Let's just try the resolution first and see what happens, and then go from there.
See if we get a picture. Okay. Fingers crossed. Okay, so we're writing the code to the car, we think. First time we've used ESIS. Ooh. Ooh, screen's off.
Integrity. You'll find Evolution Solar on
Who came out? Well, radio works.
Yeah.
Sunshine.
Still no signal.
We're in! Oh my god, that took a lot of messing around because we don't know what we're doing. But I will flash up all of the settings that we needed to change to get it to work, and we simply weren't coding enough of the options for the screen. As soon as we got the screen coded, she's come to life. However, we have now still got a lot of coding to do because this is set for all of the vehicle, well, everything on the vehicle that it come out of, which is why we're seeing a lot of X4 stuff.
Yeah.
So we've basically got to set the NBT up for the X5. Does it have CarPlay?
I don't know, because I think... So let's go... Where's Bluetooth? Manage mobile devices. So let's probably pull this poor bloke's device off. Let's connect a new device. Let me connect my phone.
Have you got any idea what to do to change all the code?
Not yet. I wanted to get this far first. So if we go back...
These didn't have wireless CarPlay, did they?
Yes, they do.
They do.
Yeah,
okay.
they do. Well, we may need to do. See, connected drive has.
Well, that about sums it up. What's happening, Mark? Are we putting the old one back in?
We are putting the old one back in. We were unsuccessful. Well, we got it working.
Yeah, I hope I got some footage of it. It was working, it was functioning. Mark's phone was connected to it. No CarPlay, but you had the Pandora app, you had the Spotify app, and it worked better than the old unit.
It did.
However, we went to try and code it for this vehicle. So update the vehicle order.
Yeah.
And update the VIN. Or we thought we had to update the VIN to update the vehicle order.
Yeah.
And then we bricked it. Basically, it's ESIS, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not letting us code it anymore, so we just got to work out why.
Yeah, basically ESIS will no longer connect to the...
It connects to it, but it won't give us coding options, yeah.
So there is going to be an update on this video, hopefully, when we work it out. Mark's thinking he'll be able to bench code it if he can get another cable. If you guys have got any ideas how to recode one of these NBT Evos to suit the vehicle, that'd be great. It still turns on, but...
And you still get the dongs and everything else. It still is connected.
Yeah, it's just we've got to get it coded to this car, and also so it'll talk to ESIS again. Yeah, we'll do some research. But if anyone's got deep into it, let us know. But I guess that means the title of this video is going to have to end in fail, Mark.
It will have to end in fail.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Mind you, I do remember you doing a CIC retrofit about 8 years ago. And it was a similar experience the first time you tried that, wasn't it?
Yeah, it wasn't fun. Yeah.
We'll get there in the end. Alright guys, sorry there wasn't much helpful information in this, but we know how to take the units out and how to drop the dashboard panels. All right, we'll end it off there. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. If you got any ideas or thoughts on it, we'd love to hear it. Thanks again. We'll catch you on the next one. So I just thought I'd add this as well. Mark, although he pretends to be a bit of a numpty, he's normally quite good with what he's doing. He has actually got an ATM module out of an F80 M3 ready to go in this car, but obviously to get that working as well, there needs to be some back-end coding. Not coding, but programming, and it's a bit more in-depth than just getting this unit to work. However, he was hoping he wasn't going to need the ATM module to get CarPlay working, but what he did do, he's bought the two connectors to create the cable to connect the ATM module to the NBT Evo unit. So what his plans are now is to use that connector to connect the Ethernet port in there to the Ethernet port on this cable, which then connects to ESIS, and that's how he's hoping to be able to program it. Basically, because this is now no longer talking to the car because the VIN is wrong, you can't code it through the OBD port, but he should be able to code it through a direct connection to the Ethernet port on that OABR connector. Just thought I'd add that in the video. So he's got a bit of a plan, but yeah, it's all fun. Also, I should add as well, he's trying to do this as cheaply as possible. Hey, you can tell he's my brother-in-law. And that's why he's bought basically just these modules from Wreckers, and they were cheap. I think this was like $300 for the NBT Evo, and that might have been like 150 bucks for the ATM module. You can get them pre-coded from certain companies where they'll just plug in and work, but obviously that ends up a hell of a lot more expensive. So he's going to try and do it himself first, but we'll see how we go. But I will keep you guys updated. If you've got any tips on how to do this, because he's never done it before. In fact, this is the first time he's ever used ESIS. Yeah, let us know. Anyway, we'll end it off again. Thank you very much. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.